Right. So this is for 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2. Let me read one again. And it came to pass, after that year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, which is in the springtime, that David sent Joab and his servants with him, and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon, Japanese, and besieged Rahab. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an eventide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. See, we already had houses. These caucus talking about, we were in huts and stuff like that, which is just garbage. Anyway. Wow, where is it? Oh shit, sorry. Here. Oh, sorry. Let me leave it. First, okay, going on. King's house, okay. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. Well, she should have. Shouldn't have did that outside. Anyway. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon, because he can see her, so she was not that far. And by the way, our eyes were better back in the days. I mean, Verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Beersheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Well, okay. So now it says here, is this not Beersheba, the daughter of Eliam? So who is that? Well, if you read the book of First Chronicles, wait, let me get rid of all of this. Wait. Oh yeah, I found this too. Now here, you could just pause the video for yourself if you have the time. Then you can see all the scriptures and stuff like that. I'll put the link in the description box, of course. And then you can see that here, one of the reasons why this month was called Abib, which is the first month, and then the first month was called here Nisan in the book of Esther. That's because here was the Babylonian slavery. We were under the Babylonian captivity, and outside of the Babylonian captivity, if I'm correct, that was Zechariah, if I'm correct. And Nehemiah was in the captivity. Esther, Nehemiah, Esther, Zechariah. I'm not sure actually where we were there, but Esther we were there. And I'm not sure about Zechariah actually. I need to go read it again. But anyway, the point is that just as it says here. Let me see. During and after the Babylonian captivity, then we had these names for the month. And then before the Babylonian captivity, we had this in the book of Deuteronomy, Exodus, and First Kings and stuff like that. And then we had this, So this is a good indicator to why, one of the reasons, that why we have 2 month, two words for 1 month, right? And also because Abid has a meaning and Nisan has a meaning again, but this one is basically in the ear forming of the flower. The grain. Of course, you could say flowers too. The budding of the plants and stuff like that, of the trees and knobs and stuff like that. When they grow stuff, when they grow leaves. And here it is the month of the fleeing that we did. Yeah. So you can put that kind of together, link it up. But this is a very good website that you can use, that I will put for you to use as an example, so you can train this. And yeah, so right. And also with the months, Septem, Octo, Novem, Decem, and then that's 10. Decem is 10. Decibel is 10. December, and then January would then therefore be 11, and then February would then therefore be 12. And that would then be the year expire, and then March would be the beginning of the year. And then the verse zodiac that they use is Aries, and Aries is in the spring, and spring is spring forth of life. That's when everything starts to wake up again, because in the winter everything dies, and in the spring everything comes back to life. Plants rejuvenate. Okay, so now going back to over here. Because it says here, I was here at verse 3, 2 Samuel 11 and 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman, Beersheba, And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Because a lot of people say that he is a Hittite, he's a Hamite, he's a Canaanite. Okay, so now I'm going to go to here. 2 Samuel 23 and 34. Phileth, the son of Ahashbiah, Bai, the son of the Mahite, Eliam, the son of Ahithophel, the Gilonite. So Ahithophel is the where is it again? 1 Samuel 16. It's the prophet of King David. Oh, he's not mentioned in first. Second Samuel. Sorry. Wow. Here, 2 Samuel. Oh yeah, he's only mentioned in 2 Samuel. Right. So 2 Samuel, Ahithophel, David's counselor. This is the man. David's counselor, right? He's David's counselor, and his counsel was as if an angel was talking to you. That's how great his counseling was. Because it says it right here. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not hungry. 2 Samuel chapter 16 verse 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of the Heavenly Father. Oracle but means mouth. A medium basically, but it goes into oracle, and here to speak means mouth. It's as if you talk to the Heavenly Father himself. He was dead on. He was dead on. There was no mistake. It's like you're talking to an angel, right? So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with his son Absalom, which Absalom wanted to kill King David, because King David caused the curse to come upon his family, and therefore the Most High cursed his son and a few others in his family. His whole household, well, not 100% of them, but his household got banged up for the thing that he did, in which I'm about to read in this chapter, for 2 Samuel chapter 11. Right, so what was his name again? Ahithophel. Okay, so Ahithophel. So Eliam was the son of Ahithophel, and Eliam was the father of Bathsheba. And then you have here, for example, didn't I put it here? Oh man, I thought I put it somewhere here. Oh, here it is, sorry. 1 Chronicles chapter 3 verse 5. And these were born unto David in Jerusalem: Shemiah, and Jobab, and Nathan, and Solomon. Solomon was the forefather of Joseph, and Nathan was the forefather of Mary. Well, let me see. Here. This one. Solomon was the forefather of Joseph. Nathan was the forefather of Heli. And then Heli begot Mary. Right. It went through men, all men, and then the daughter came. All men, and it stayed men until Joseph is a man himself. So this is the genealogy of the house of David of the Lord Shahoshai, which is the son of David. This is how he is the son of David, because he comes from the bloodline of David. Now, if it was a immaculate deception, then it would not be the bloodline of David, because that would not make any sense. Yeah. Now, can the Heavenly Father do that? Yes, he can. But did he? No, he did not. Did he do it? No, I shouldn't. I was not thinking. I was not thinking. Anyway, he did not do it. He did not do it like that. But can he do it? Anything is possible with the Lord, but he did not do it like that. So 1 Chronicles chapter 3 verse 7, it says, and Shobab and Nathan and Solomon, four sons of Bathshua, the daughter of Amiel. Now Bathshua is Beersheba, and Amiel is this one. They just changed the name because, that's what devils do. Anyway, they changed the name. But in the Hebrew, actually, the name is kind of switched around. It's Yahweh's people or the people of Yahweh. That's what Amiel means. Eliam, but Amiel and the other one. This is the same thing, right? So he Ahithophel, his son, which is his name is Amiel, and Amiel begot Bathsheba. And here it says here 2 Samuel 16:23, and I already put it here. 1 Samuel 26:6. And there was another man that was also called a Hittite, but he was not a Hittite. Wait, look. 1 Samuel 26:6. Then answered David and said to Ahimelech the Hittite, and to Abishai the son of Zeruiah, which is David's sister. So Abishai was his nephew, brother to Joab. Joab is also his nephew, saying, who will go down with me to Saul to the camp? And Abishai said, I will go down with thee. Yeah, so he said that. But he asked Ahimelech the Hittite, but he's not a Hittite. He lived in that region of the Hittite. I'll give you an example after this. 2 Samuel chapter 8 verse 18. And Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, was over both the Kerites and the Peleites, and David's son were chief rulers. Now the Kerethites and the Pelethites are Hamites, but this is a word that means something. So what did King David have in his arsenal? He had people of other nations also, but this word actually means something. It's not specifically a nation, but a nation was called that, and it was a Hamite nation was called that, and a Hamite nation was called that too. And you can catch that here. I think this one. Here you can see it. Here, 2 Samuel 8:18, Hebrews 6:4-32. Hebrews 6:4-32. It means couriers. They used the messages, bring messages and stuff like that. It says here, a collective name for the guardsmen of David. It was a collective name for their guardsmen and stuff like that. Probably descendant of an unknown person, perhaps the Philistine mercenaries. Well, actually, it's this. They were collectively called that. It was not really a nation, but you had Philistines that were that also, as you can see here. Oh yeah, it's the same. Oh yeah, it's the same word. I don't have to look it up anymore. Hebrew 37:74. Executioners, a group of foreign mercenary soldiers serving as bodyguards for King David. Also executioners. Either Cretans, which are people from the island where the Mizraim people were, or Proto-Philistines in general. Cretans is this place over here. This island. This. Shit, I can't click it. That's this one. Here. But who was here? Here was how you call them? Japhet, Kittims, and here was Mizraim, as you can see here. Captorims. The Captorimites were here, and from here come the Philistines, because Philistim, they came out of this one, Casluhim, and then they went here, living with their brethren. In the book of Amos chapter 9, you see it. You see it's here. Amos 9, and it says, "Are ye 7? Are ye not as the children of the Cushites? Unto me, saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, O my children of Israel, saith Yahweh. Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Mizraim? Yes, he did. And the Philistines from Captor, and the Syrians from Kir." So, Captor, he did bring them from Captor, which is this island here, Crete. He brought them from here to here. The Most High did that. And then later, why did the Most High bring them there? To kill Israelites. Yeah, it's kind of funny that I said it like that, but he actually did do that. So, Judges chapter 2, verse 20. "And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel, to test them, whether they will keep the way of Yahweh to walk therein as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua." Judges chapter 3, verse 1. "Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Israel by them, to test them, to see if they would follow them or follow him. Even as many of Israel, that has not known all the wars of Canaan, as had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generation of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war." You're not supposed to be you're not supposed to want to do this. You're not supposed to want to, what the fuck? You know, you go into these places, you see like police officers have this on their patroller car, whatever the thing that they call it and stuff like that. You're not supposed to want to have a desire to suck caucus people. You don't want, you shouldn't want to fucking do this, man. I can never love a nigga like this. I don't understand shit like, I don't understand shit like this, bro. I don't understand shit like this. Fucking weirdos. You failed the test, bitch ass thing. You failed the test. You failed the test, man. Only that the generation of the children of Israel might know, the ones that don't know all the wars of Canaan. You don't know the wars that we've been through with these people, and here you sucking them off like that? You slopping on their knobbing and shit? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Only that the generation of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof, namely, the 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hittites, that dwell in Mount Lebanon, which is above in Hamath, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering in of Hamath. Here shows you that there were Hamites there. There were Hamites there in Hamath, which I'll get to that later here. Hamath. Anyway, you shouldn't want to do this, but they have the desire to do this. I don't get that shit, bro. Bunch of weirdos. So going back to over here. So these people, it was actually a collective type of names, which you have executioners in there. Now, were they Hamites in there? I don't know. It might be to execute the Israelites when they do something. They would kill you. Maybe an Israelite didn't want to take that job, and it's understandable. But there were Israelites in the midst, yeah. There were Israelites in the midst, yeah. So with that, I cannot 100% confirm. I can only give examples of what Esau is doing right now. What is he doing? He's hiring people from Europe to come and patrol the places of America, because the people from Europe and other lands will not be attached to the. He did that in the Hurricane Katrina. Foreign troops were here. Foreign patrol. Let me see. What they have is they have in America. What they will also get more is they will have UN troops going into America and doing damage, because the American soldiers might start to turn patriotic, like we're doing this to our own people. I can't do it, sir. And so they might switch. That's why they got the UN troops ready on deck, finna do the will of the Rockefellers, the elite. They're gonna do their will. They're gonna do it. Anyway, I can't get information right now because I don't know what to type in, but I know I have seen videos where other Edomites explain it, that they most of the time take UN. I'm talking military. I'm not talking about cops. They're getting or very elite type of not militia, but militia type, working still for the government, but coming from Europe and stuff like that, patrolling in America and doing damage to the people because they're not attached to you. And yeah, so anyway, and they're not gonna take bribery neither. But anyway, let me go on. So you had 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 10. So David would not remove the ark of the covenant unto him into the city of David, but David carried it aside into the house of Obed Edom the Gittite. Okay, so now Obed Edom the Gittite, you might, this is a Gittite, not Hittite. You might think like he's a Hamite. No, he's not, because if you read the book of Joshua 21, which I think I put somewhere here. Here, Joshua 21. I don't need to read that. Joshua 21 and 20. And the families of the children of Kohath, the Levites, which remained of the children of Kohath, even they had the cities of their lot out of the tribe of Ephraim. So they was living amongst the Ephraimites, right? For they gave them Shechem with her suburbs in Mount Ephraim to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Gezer with her suburbs, right? So where is Gezer? This one. So Gezer is here. You had Samaria here, Shechem here, somewhere here. If I'm correct, is this one? I'm looking. Mount, no. Yeah, Ephraim, yeah. Above that was Benjamin. Let me get a better map, man, because this is horrible. This one. Okay, so in Ephraim, you had here. Damn, I can't see if that was the same thing or not. Let me see something here. Okay, Jerusalem is here, and then Benjamin is here, of course, and then above that is Ephraim. No, I don't think Gezer is in the. Is it in the same place? Well. Anyway, it's around this region over here. It's around this region over here, and they got that, and they was split up because Joshua 21, the whole chapter explains it to you where everybody was, and all that type of stuff. But let me go on. For they gave them Shechem with her suburbs in Mount Ephraim to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Gezer with her suburbs. So that means her villages around about. and Kibzaim with her suburbs, and Beth Horon with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Dan, El Tekeh with her suburbs, Gibbethon with her suburbs, which is also there in the same region over there. Let me see. This one here, Dan and all that there here. Where is it? Oh, here? No. Let me go on. Okay, so tribe of Dan. Okay, and oh, here, Jalon. I did see that just then. Here, yeah, I saw that. This one here. Right, but this map is not as accurate. But anyway, I mean, it is, but I mean, like, you know, be more specific and stuff like that. You know, have more names and anyway. Let me go on. This is the point. The point is here. And Ajilon with her suburb, Gath Remon with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the half tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with her suburbs, and Gath Remon with her suburbs, 2 cities. All the cities were 10 with their suburbs for the families of the children of Kohath that remained. Okay, so now the Kohathites, yeah, one of the places where the Kohath Levites were was Gath Remon. Okay, so now if I go back to over here where it says that Obed Edom the Gittite, and then you look up the word, you see 2 Samuel 6. Now there were 2 Obed Edom, one from Merari, which is the other son of Levi. And then you had this one, Kohath, which is the other son of Levi. Okay, 2 Samuel 2. Okay, here you had this one. And then it says here the Gittite, right? So what does that, wait, let me see here. What does that mean? That means, okay, let me click on it. Hebrews 16:6-3. It says here, Gittite, belonging to Gath, an inhabitant of Gath. So what is my point? My point is to show you that this Obed Edom is an Israelite. He's a Levite. He's a Levite that liveth in, I just had it here. He lives in Gath Rimon. So he was called a Gittite, but he's a Levite. He's Obed Edom the Levite from Kohath. And then you had the other Levite from, so these are the Levites from Kohath, Merari, and Gershom. Okay, then you had the other one. So these are the sons of Merari. And then you had the Obed Edom from, so mind you, okay. Pay attention to what here. Obed Edom again. And here it says here, 1 Chronicles 26 and, where did I put it? This one actually, sorry. Yeah, sorry. This one. So 1 Chronicles 9 and, no, 1 Chronicles 16 and 38. And Obed Edom with their brethren, 68. Obed Edom also the son of Jeduthun, and Hosa to be porters. Okay, so Jeduthun is the father of Obed Edom. And then here you see that the sons of Merari are, and then here, and Obadiah, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. So this Jeduthun, this Obadiah, not Obadiah. This Obed Edom, by the way, the forefather of David was named Obed, which is servant, if I'm correct. So this Merari is Jeduthun. This Jeduthun is from the tribe of Merari, which is a Levite, right? And then that's this Jeduthun, the son of Obed Edom, which this is a Levite from Merari. And Jeduthun were porters and stuff like that. Heman and Jeduthun. And the son of Jeduthun. Okay. And then, okay, this is the Merari bloodline. And then here's the bloodline from the Kohathites. Here, this is the Kohath, Obed Edom. So there's two, because let me see here. There's two Obed Edoms. Obed Edom from Kohath. It's Kohath. They spell it different here. Kohath. If you look it up in the Hebrew, you will see. This is Kohath, the son of Levi, Kohath, and then the other one is the other son of Levi, which is Merari, and they're both Levites, but they're two different people. Okay, so now I can remove that one, and then you have here the Kohathites, Kohath, whatever you call it. And one of them was the Hittite. So the one where the Ark of the Covenant was in was called Obed Edom, or actually Obed Adam, the Hittite. But he was not a Hittite. He was a Levite. Because only a Levite was allowed to have the Ark of the Covenant without dying in his house. And if you read the scripture, King David was afraid because the other Judahite died when he touched it. And he was like, shit, I'm Judah too. I don't want that in my house. Put it in his house. And he didn't die because he's a Levite. He was allowed to touch the Ark of the Covenant, and so were his children. They was allowed to touch it. So this Hittite is talking about a Levite, but the Hittite is referring to his place where he lived, and also to differentiate him from the other Levite Merariite. Levite. He is a Kohath Levite. This one is Kohath, because he lived in the region of Gath. Right. Okay. So Ahithophel, his son, Ahithophel is I think, if I'm correct, he was a Levite too. A counselor. Don't quote me on that one. I kind of lost it right here. But if I'm correct, he was a Levite. But anyway, the point is that you had certain Israelites living in a region, and then they were called after that region. That does not mean that they were of that heathen nation, because remember, we did take their nation. We did take their land. We did take their land, not the nation. We did take their land, and then if you were born in that land, then they would say, "Oh yeah, he's such and such from Gath. He's a Gittite. He's a Gittite. He's from Gath, all right?" Okay, so let me see here something. So that's the same thing here with Uriah the Hittite. He was from that region over there. And the daughter of, okay, let me get back to over there. Yeah. So this also shows you that, no, let me leave that. I wanted to say this also shows you that even though he committed adultery with her, of her come still the two blessed people. Joseph came from here, and Mary came. No, sorry. Joseph came from here, and Mary came from here. Right. So that's that part. And yeah, that's the bloodline of the Lord Yahushua, these two. So Mary and Joseph are family, distant family from the same forefather. And it is traced in the book of Matthew chapter 1, Solomon, and Luke chapter 3, Nathan, going to Mary. And Heli is the father-in-law of Joseph. And he is his father-in-law. Okay. So now that I covered that I did that already. Judges 3. What is here? Oh yeah, that's an example. Oh yeah, there's another example too. I think I'm done with all the examples. Ahithophel. Right. Okay, so now going back over here. So 2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Beersheba the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And if you look here in 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 33, here you will see it. Ahithophel is the father of Eliam. And then jumping to 39, Uriah the Hittite, 37 and 30 and 7 in all. So Uriah the Hittite was one of the mighty men of the King David. And so was this guy here, the son of Ahashbai, the son of Machaita. Okay, whatever. Eliam, the son of Ahithophel, the Gilonite. And that was then Beersheba's father. And he was the father of him. So Beersheba is his granddaughter. And if I'm correct, he is an... Damn it. Is he a Levite? I'm not sure. Wait, let me see. Judah then. Wait, let me double check the name. This one. Gilonite. If I get that one, then I will know. Lord willing, I will know what it is then. Okay, Gilonite here. 1526. Gihol. Well, yeah, but where's Gihol? Oh, it's a Judite. Yeah, Gihol. Gilo. Ah, yeah. Okay, cool, got it. Oh, okay, cool. He was a counselor of Judah. Yeah. He was not a priest. Hebron is of Judah. This is of Judah. Got it. Yeah, got it. Etham is Judah. Yeah. This whole region is Judah. Look over here. Yeah, it's good. Jati. I remember that one. This one I remember. Ahithophel. Right, came from here. Verse 15. Right. Yeah, got it. Yeah, okay, he's a Judite. Right, Zora. Okay, got that one. So, okay, so now going further. So, okay, he's a Judite, and okay, that's enough. Going back to over here. So, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite. Well, wait. I have one thing more to say. This is not 100%. I'm just giving you an example of a fact. The book of Joshua 21 explains to you that Levites were also living in the midst of Judah. So don't forget that. Let me say something here. Joshua 21. So I'm not sure what he is. I need to go look that up a little bit more. Here, because it says here, Joshua 21:3. And the lot came for the family of the Kohathites and the children of Aaron the priest, which were of the Levites, had by lot out of the tribe of Judah. So the children of Kohath had by lot out of the tribe of Judah, and out of the tribe of Simeon, and out of the tribe of Benjamin, 13 cities. So you had the Levites living in the 13 cities in the midst of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. And the children of Kohath, out of their families, out of the tribe of Ibrahim, and out of the tribe of Dan, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh, 10 cities. So the other ones had the cities of and the children of the other ones had the cities of Ephraim, Dan, and half of the tribe of Manasseh. And out of Gershom, the families that came out of Gershom, they had in the midst of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and half of the tribe of Manasseh. So they had 4. Merida, his family, had out of the Reuben, Zebulun, and Gad. Okay, yeah, so that's that. So I still don't know what he is. I'm not sure. He's either Levi or Judah, one of those two. I'll just leave it at that. It's not important for how you call that thing? Salvation's sake, you know. It is fun to know, but I'm not 100% sure. I need to go look it up. I need to go really like read or something like that, like, you know. Anyway, so now going to verse 4, right? 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 4. And David sent messages and took her, and she came in unto him, and he laid with her. Yee. For she was purified from her uncleanness, which is Leviticus chapter 15. Leviticus 15, and so it says here, pureness, huh? Pure, what? Pureness. Uncleanness. So she was purified from her uncleanness, it says, right? Yeah, okay. Purified from her uncleanness, right? So Leviticus 15 and she shall be cleansed of her issue after 7 days. The 7 days of her separation. You can read this chapter. It's somewhere here. Like, let me see. If a man lie with a flower be upon him. Oh, here. Sorry, got it. I got it. Separation. Here, because the word separation was here. Wait a minute. Where did I put it again? Let me see. She was purified from her uncleanness. Wasn't the word separation here? Yeah, but that's what it's talking about. So it says here, verse 25. And if a woman, so Leviticus 15:25, and if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation. Wait, 19. And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, period, she is on a period, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even. But basically, she was unclean, but after the 7 days, then she shall wash herself with water. Well, let me see here. She needs to wash herself with water. You can read that, because I don't know exactly where it says it. It's in this chapter. Yeah, you can read this chapter for yourself if you have the time. Let me go on. Right, so for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived, and sent and told David, and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. He was from that region. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah came unto him, he demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, as if like he cared. David said, sorry. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house. And this should humble you, man. This should show you, like, man, like, even the greatest can make mistakes with women. Damn, I gotta really fucking watch out with these women. It's like, damn, make you sin. They make you, put you in trouble. You need to really, really watch yourself. That's why I laugh at dudes that's super player, and then the girl breaks this shit out of them. They get to crying and shit. Help me. But I don't laugh at everybody, Some people do deserve my laughter. When they're tough. Like that shit. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house. And there followed him a mess of meat from the king, which are presents. A mess of meat is talking about presents. He showered him with gifts. That's why I have this scripture here. Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Woo. That's why King David had the mercies of the Heavenly Father, because Yeah, he did destroy him, but he didn't destroy his soul. Because if you read First Kings and stuff, if you just read the scriptures, you will see that he did have mercy upon David, man. Yeah, he did, man. You know, everything else King David did, man, he just messed up with that little one thing. That one thing. Stay away from these bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 33. A wound and a dishonor shall he did get a wound. He did get a dishonor for a season. And his reproach will not be wiped away. He did actually here. But well, he did he got punished for it. It wasn't like later on that happened, but yeah, he did get punished for it, man. You know. Psalms 33 and 1. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, King David. That's one example that I can give right there. Whose sin is covered. That's him. Blessed is the man unto whom the Heavenly Father imputed not iniquity. That's King David. And whose spirit there is no guile, King David. Even though he did some guile stuff, he did some trickery. I'll read it for. I'm reading it for you. He did some trickery. He was playing as if, you know, like he cared. That's guile right there. You know, deceivery. But still, he had mercy on him. So I'm laughing, but you know, he still had mercy on him. So that's why I pray, like, Lord, please, forgive me too. You know, so sly and cunning intelligence and stuff like that. You know, guile, trickery, and he did that. I'm gonna read it for you. What he did. He did do that. But the Lord gave him the miracle. Let me read it here. So it says here, Proverbs 6 and 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. But Uriah never found out. He died before he found out. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content. Though thou givest many gifts. King David wanted to give him many gifts. He did it. He didn't want to. He did it. Because it says right here. Where did I? Let me see. Yeah, okay, here. Which is here. Here, a mess of meat means this. A mess, which is portion, present, gift, right? And meat is yeah, from the king. He got a present from the king. That's what it means. And there followed him a mess of meat from the king. So he got a lot of presents and stuff like that. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. He didn't go. So David's plans foiled once more. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? Basically, you know, aren't you tired? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, the ark, and Israel, and Judah, the nation, the tribes, abide in tents, and my lord Joab also, and the servants of my lord also, are encamped in the open fields. They are encamped in the open field. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and drink, and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. That was honor. I would cry right there, like, oh my goodness, what have I done? But yeah, hey man, it's crazy. You know, that is crazy honor. Like, damn, this guy got honor too. Oh my goodness. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also. Stay with me. And tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him. And he made him drunk. Whew. Mess him up. And at the even, that's guile right there. He trickery. Another one. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his lord. But went not down to his house. He didn't go. Yet once more, he didn't go. Because he didn't want to lay with his wife. He was like, nah, man, everybody else here is just laying in the open field, you know, all that there. The ark is not, it's not in the house. Nothing is in the house. Everything is in the open. And I'm supposed to just go there and have a ball with my wife? I'm not going to do that. But King David was thinking like, damn, I need to let him sleep with his wife, or else he gonna know, like, hey, I didn't sleep with you. How are you pregnant? I didn't sleep with you for a few months already. How are you pregnant? I've been away. I've been at war. I've been doing this. I've been doing that, because we was at war. Because it says right here, we was at war. You know, so I didn't sleep with you. How are you pregnant? Then everybody would know. But the soldiers of King David knew, because, you know, he was telling them to do certain things, and it was like, I mean, you could put two and two together, like, oh shit, you slept with his wife, huh? But they didn't say anything, because it's the king. I mean, do you want to die? He might get angry and kill you. Anyway, so going on. Yeah, love can make you turn into a murderer, man. First, Ezra explains that to you, like, shit. Hey, you might get killed, man, because he ain't playing. He's in love, and if you flame him, huh, he might get angry and kill you. You know? You ain't telling. you can't tell now. You know, shit. So they didn't do anything, you know. Most likely out of fear, you know, because the wrath of the king is death. So don't make him angry. So it says here, let me see here. But went not down to his house morning. Okay, so okay. And